for you right now. So let's go out to Georgia. High up above, SkyFOX is up in the air, where we have a high school that is on lockdown right now. You see students with their hands up, leaving the scene here of the high school. There was reports of shots fired. That has been unconfirmed at this moment. What we can tell you, though, that this is Apalachee High School in Barrow County. They are currently right now under a hard lockdown. So we are seeing the students leave the classrooms. And this is, of course, the beginning of the school year, fresh off of their summer break. And we are seeing right now just really hundreds of students. This is about a high school that has about 2,000 students there, and they are all being directed now, it looks like, to go to the football stadium that is on campus here. You have many law enforcement. So what we're doing, folks, is we're going to stay on this for as long as we have the shot available to us. And once we get some more guidance from law enforcement, this is a very fluid situation. So the information, of course, is coming in, and we are going to wait for official responses from the police as well as the school right now. But again, this is a high school in Barrow County, Georgia, right now under a hard lockdown. And we do not know if there was actual shots fired at the school. That there was early reports of that. We have not been able to confirm that right now. So that's why we're just putting on the screen there. They are under that hard lockdown right here. And according to school officials, the school was put on hard lockdown after reports they received about gunfire. Obviously, police and first responders there are at the scene working this right now. And again, we are providing it to you live, raw, and always unfiltered. Our station out in Atlanta, Fox 5, a great station out there, has received multiple phone calls and messages about a possible shooting, and they're bringing a ground crew to the scene. And we got about 1,900 students at this high school. Again, this is part of the Barrow County School District, Apalachee High School, right now that we are focusing in on. You got a lot of first responders there at the scene, as you can imagine, with a call like this of possible shots fired, and really a fluid situation that is unfolding right now in Georgia. But we are not calling it a school shooting right now. We do not have anything of that confirmed. All we can tell you is what is happening currently is a lockdown, and we have seen hundreds and hundreds of students pile out of the high school, and they've been directed now to go to the football stadium that is on campus as well. And you are seeing just a lot of law enforcement obviously coming to the scene here, and we are seeing paramedics on the scene as well as the fire department. And this is just the look that we are getting to you here on Live Now. Obviously, it's very live, raw, and unfiltered, and that's what we bring to you. We're just bringing the camera image from the helicopter right now. So we're waiting on those official responses from the police, from the school district right now. But you can see a very active scene that is happening again at the Apalachee High School in Barrow County, Georgia, currently under this lockdown. It's called a hard lockdown. You see the drone in the air from the police right now surveilling the area. And you see this big roundabout from at the high school, and you are just seeing it littered with police right now. So we're waiting for more ground shots from our team at Fox 5 Atlanta. They are heading to the scene, as you can imagine, but we are going to stay on this. Obviously, very fluid and breaking news all at this moment. And that's exactly what we do here on Live Now from Fox. Yeah, we have a schedule of events. We know things that are happening. You just can't pinpoint when breaking news is happening. And that's when we hear about it, we go to it immediately for you, always right here on Live Now. So SkyFOX doing a great job of just showing the campus here of Apalachee High School. And you are seeing just the hundreds and hundreds of students that have already come out of the school. And of course, they probably have a lot of questions, wondering, okay, what's going on here? We've got SkyFOX pinpointing what we have, maybe a couple of people that may have seen something. So you just don't know at this point what's going on, but very, very hard to distinguish because we're bringing you these images live, Ryan, always direct right here, but it looks like some of the law enforcement may be putting blankets on some of this person right here. So we'll wait and see what that is all about. But again, very, very fluid. We're seeing another scene right here at the ambulance with some other people just around it as well. So again, Fox 5 Atlanta does have a crew there coming on the ground. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on that for you. You can see a huge, huge police presence as well as first responders coming. And again, this is just a fresh new school year. And anytime there are reports of a school shooting or shots fired, of course, this is going to be the response, as you can imagine, with a full high school just getting started on their school year. And now we are seeing more first responders, law enforcement, SWAT team members coming to the school campus right now. What we should also be mentioning, though, is just the body language as well. It's a very different body language that we have seen from past school shootings. This one looks a little bit more relaxed from the first responders. Sometimes during the school shootings in the past, of course, you are seeing law enforcement very, very active and running to the scene. We're seeing a moment here where they're walking to the areas. It looks like they already have a handle on the situation, but again, we're just seeing this from the vantage point of high up above. SkyFOX is showing us of first responders at the scene again. And again, we are providing you the very latest here on Live Now from Fox. Again, we are hearing that reports of shots fired, nothing confirmed yet by the police or school officials here, but Fox 5 Atlanta has a crew on the scene as well coming up in just a little bit that we will definitely be following for you. Remember, we are live, raw, and always unfiltered for you, trying to bring you as many different live feeds and top stories, but when breaking news happens, just like this, you know we have you covered here on Live Now from Fox, and we are hoping for the very best in this situation. Again, very, very fluid, so we cannot pass on too much information that has not been confirmed yet. We don't want to do that. Of course, social media chatter is always going on in the background. That is in the background now of our lives. But we wait for official school responses from the police there. Here's what I can tell you, what's going to happen a little bit later. We've seen so many, unfortunately, of these situations when there's reports of shots fired, if there has been shots fired in a high school. So what's going to happen is police are going to just make sure that the scene is clear. If there are any victims, they will get them the help that they need. And then we'll see a news conference, maybe in an hour, maybe in 90 minutes. Give us an initial update about what happened here. And maybe there'll be, end of the day, another news conference from officials to give us a little bit more perspective on what happened. I know when these things happen, especially in the beginning of a school year, at a high school, you got a lot of parents now seeing this locally out there in Barrow County, and they're getting very scared, and they want to head to the scene. I'm sure that police right now in the school district is telling them where they need to go to have a reunification with their loved ones. But SkyFOX now showing us again. So this is a high school that has about 1,900 students in it. And you are seeing them just come to the area of where they're told to go. Okay, when there's an incident at the high school, where do you go? You have to go to where they tell you to go. And it looks like here is the football field or the track field, if you will, here. But again, we are seeing just some people congregate, being checked down by others here. And we're waiting for these other school officials or police to give us these updates. But if you're just joining us on Live Now from Fox, welcome. I wish we were meeting on better terms. I'm your host, Mike Page, guiding you through these times here. Apalachee High School in question right now in Barrow County, Georgia, on a hard lockdown after reports of shots fired inside the school as the school year just getting going after the Labor Day holiday. And you could see here, first week for these students. And you're seeing multiple ambulances on the site as well. According to the school officials, the school was put on a hard lockdown after reports received of shots fired. Again, we always got you covered here on Live Now from Fox, bringing you the very latest on what we are seeing right now. SkyFOX giving us these visuals of 1,900 students out and about the area after this hard lockdown confirmed at the high school, Apalachee, in Barrow County, Georgia. Let me just give you a little bit perspective of where Barrow County is in Georgia. I know a lot of our new viewers are joining us here, and again, want to bring that to your attention here. So this is northeast of Atlanta. Northeast of Atlanta, we have a crew from Atlanta heading there right now on the ground. And what I'm just going to do is look at our different feeds internally here to see if we do have that ground shot available to us yet. I don't think so, but I'm just going to look at it internally right here. But again, we are seeing many students come out to the football field here, and that is the area where they are telling them to go to congregate. And let's also just talk about the first responders here at the scene, the law enforcement. And you got to look at the body language, right? You got to look at the body language, and we're not seeing a scene of law enforcement trying to rush into the high school. We're seeing them really congregate outside in circles. That would tell you that whatever situation happened, it's probably over, right? They're not guiding these students and rushing them out of the high school. We're not seeing any of those scenes. We're just seeing right now high school students calmly being in the area of this football field. We're not seeing law enforcement rush in and, have armor on as they're trying to maybe take down a shooter. We're not seeing that at all. We haven't seen that since SkyFOX was up in the air. So we'll definitely be continuing to take a look at it for you here on Live Now from Fox. We're not going anywhere. We're, you know what, since we are in this breaking news mode, let's take down the commercials. No commercials right now. And we're going to continue to just wait for updates here because we know as viewers are coming in, they're saying, oh, boy, what's going on here out in Georgia? Barrow County, Georgia, about northeast of Atlanta. And let me just get you just how close this is to Atlanta here. So I'll just do a brief Google Map Quest right here for you, and we'll get that to you right here on Live Now from Fox. So it's about an hour away from Atlanta, northeast. So that is what we're seeing with it. I just wanted to give our viewers a little bit perspective just joining us here, maybe not knowing where Barrow County, Georgia is, at Apalachee High School. And again, we're waiting on official school responses, law enforcement. I know there's a lot of chatter on social media. We're not talking about any of that. No need to, because it's a very fluid situation and things change so rapidly, of course, during the course of a shots fired call. And that is what law enforcement is reacting to right now. Reports there of shots fired at this high school. Has about 1,900 students at the high school. And you're seeing this big roundabout that you could see in the center of your screen there. And that is filled right now with police cruisers and first responders as well. Oh, this is interesting too. It looks like, and I was just talking about this a moment ago, you see a lot of cars there coming to the high school. And no doubt, parents, loved ones got a call on their, or a text message, and that's what you're seeing, and that's what we see so many times. They're saying, okay, we got to get to the high school. We got to get our loved one right now. So they're in a holding pattern right now because they probably haven't set up a reunification center at this moment. And you're seeing just a lot of law enforcement at the scene here, really just taking over the side streets in and around this high school. But again, we are in breaking news, again, bringing you always the top stories, headlines, and of course, live feeds. But we're staying on this. As long as we have the shot available to us, we're bringing it to you on Live Now from Fox again, showing you the very fluid situation going on. Reports of shots fired at a high school in Barrow County, Georgia, currently on a lockdown. And we are seeing now more police response here. Mobile command centers are coming, and they are coming to the scene right now. But again, we got to go off body language from what we've seen in the past, what we've seen, unfortunately, so many times during these situations. Been on the desk now 9 years, and again, it's very, I'd like to say, unfortunate that we have to talk about these things, talking about possible school shootings and just looking at the reactions of police and first responders going to it. But I can tell you that it looks a lot different, that it almost looks like the scene is, the threat is gone. If there was a threat, it looks like that, you're not seeing the rush of police vehicles or law enforcement going into the school and trying to take out a potential shooter here. Right now, we are taking you these images live from our Fox 5 Atlanta camera. Again, they are in that breaking news mode, and we are providing you these images all in real time as we continue to wait for more updates from local school officials or law enforcement at this time. And here we are at Barrow County, Georgia right now at Apalachee High School. You could see the intense amount of first responders at the scene, as well as a lot of ambulances as well. But let's talk again about that body language like I was talking. See, it's seeing much different right now. You're seeing them just walk to the scene. It looks like a lot more are maybe coming to the scene as well. But still very fluid. And we will continue to wait for the latest updates right here on Live Now from Fox. Obviously, we're waiting just like you are. I know a lot of our viewers maybe just coming to the scene. So let's break down what we know. If you're just joining us on Live Now from Fox, let's reset it for everyone. This is a scene where there was a shots fired at, the shots fired call came in at this high school in Barrow County, Georgia, Apalachee High School. and they're currently on a hard lockdown. We saw thousands of students come and leave the high school as they were escorted by police and other school officials. They are at the football field right now that is on campus as well. And you're seeing hundreds of police vehicles as well. And again, we are continuing to wait for more updates coming out of the Atlanta area, Barrow County, about an hour northeast of Atlanta. So our crew is trying to get on the ground to be as close as they can on the ground. Of course, there will be police updates later in the day, but right now we're waiting to see what the latest is going to be from this as we get and wait for more school officials to come on. We're trying to get maybe if anyone has any information from around the area, what they're seeing. We'd love to talk to them as well right now. But you're seeing the sheriff's office there from Barrow County. They are setting up that mobile command center like we have seen so many times in past incidents at high schools. And that huge roundabout that is at the Apalachee High School right now that currently has filled with law enforcement. And I could just imagine what the family and friends of these students are thinking at this moment. No doubt they got a text message about the situation. And then we saw just about 10 minutes ago when SkyFOX was showing the scene, showing a lot of cars trying to make their way, but of course being blocked right now by law enforcement as they need to check on the perimeter, check what is going on from inside of that school. And we continue to wait just like you are. We're hoping for the very best. Obviously, very fluid, so we don't have all of the information. It's very, very minimal at this time, but that is why we are live now from Fox, bringing you these images live, raw, and unfiltered, best we can as they come in. And we're pumping them out right here to you as SkyFOX again just showing us the campus here of Apalachee High School. Again, the initial call was for shots fired, and anytime you hear about that, in any situation, it's heartbreaking, but then when you're dealing with a high school and the amount of casualties that could happen within a closed area is very striking, and that's why you get the response that comes with it here. But again, we don't know any of the specifics right now, if anybody was shot, if anybody was taken away. Very, very fluid. It's hard to pinpoint it right now because let me just tell you, just as law enforcement is at the scene, of course, they want to try to update the public. But first off, they got to make sure that the scene is clear and the scene is secure as well. And then they will trickle down and start updating the media as well so the media partners could get that out to the public. And it can continue to spread right there. But as you can see, it's thousands of students right now out on the football field. They are congregating. They're thinking, okay, what's going on? Maybe they heard something. Maybe they saw something. Hard to imagine what everyone is dealing with now at this time. But again, not the way that you want to start the school year with a shots fired call where you have to leave your school classroom. High school's already a little bit tricky to navigate. You're a little bit maybe scared. And then you got to deal with a call like this where it really gets everything going right now for you. But we're waiting to see for more updates right here on Live Now from Fox, just like you are. I know we got so many people joining us here, and we appreciate it. I'm your host, Mike Pace, and we'll be with you here for the next couple of hours as we are breaking down this breaking news scene from Barrow County. Checking in on Apalachee High School in question right now, about an hour northeast of Atlanta. And this is interesting here. So let's see what we have here. SkyFOX, again, showing more students congregating along with school officials, no doubt in the mix, trying to figure out what's going on. They're probably on their phones. Everyone now in high school probably has a phone on them, checking social media, probably calling their loved ones, texting their loved ones saying, hey, I'm okay, but there's something going on at the school. Something's not right. We just got told to go to the football field. And we're seeing more law enforcement come and leave right now. And this is probably what we'll see for the next couple of hours. No doubt school is going to be canceled for the rest of the day, as a very traumatic experience for so many. But we have seen several ambulances. We haven't seen any ambulances leave, though. So let's put that into a perimeter here as well for everyone. We have more law enforcement coming. And it looks like they're working on maybe on somebody. Now, you don't know, is this heat exhaustion? Is this somebody that is having a mental breakdown? We don't know. But again, looks like somebody coming to the aid of somebody that's out there in that shade right now. Very hard to tell. Hard to tell from that vantage point, but we'll continue to wait on that one as we try to get more information right here for you on Live Now from Fox. Dozens of law enforcement officers at the school. We are seeing that all in first time. Shortly before 11:30 local time, let's just reset for everyone. 11:30 local time, the school told Fox News that the school has been cleared and students are being released to their families. Students may be picked up from the school. Buses will also run for students needing transportation to their homes. The school says it will share more information as soon as it can. So that's the big update right now, everyone. We're just getting that in. I had to keep refreshing here. I'm not getting any information from anyone else right now, but we are updating. We're updating here all in real time right here on the desk. As you can imagine, Barrow County Sheriff's Office says that they will post updates to their Facebook page. Let me just put that on my screen here so I can continue to look for any updates. Right now, they have in their last update coming August 24th on a non-related post there. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that for you here on Live Now from Fox. Massive school presence right now at the school. Students are being released to their family members, and that is why we were seeing just so many people come to the school right now. So we are going to be keeping an eye on this here for you on Live Now from Fox. Again, shortly before 11:30 a.m. Eastern, the school told Fox News that the school has been cleared and students are being released to their families. We have not learned if anybody has been hurt. SkyFOX did say in their report, though, that at least 2 people, before our coverage began, at least 2 people were observed being put into helicopters to be flown to hospitals for treatment. But again, we do not know the cause for that at this moment. So the scene has been cleared. There's not a threat now anymore to the school, and students are being taken back by their parents. So we'll wait and see for more updates here on Live Now from Fox. Stay right here with us. We'll wait for the updates, and when we get them, we will bring them